Hi, welcome back to the cabin. It's Ian from Off Grid with Peniglen Cabin Life. Good morning everybody. I'd just like to say, if you're new to the channel and you've been watching some of my videos, or this is your first video you've watched, if you'll be kind enough to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for all notifications videos, it will help my channel grow. I'm trying my best to get my channel to grow. So if you could do that, thank you very much. For all those who are members and subscribers already, thank you so much for keeping up with the channel and watching the videos. It really helps my channel grow. Now today I wanted to talk about technology living off grid. Now for me, I personally find technology living off grid, and being a YouTuber as well, the technology is essential. Now back in the old days there were no solar panels like I've got all this solar now and everything for electricity, and I've got my turbines that you've seen as well. Now back in the old days there were none of that. It was literally the log burning range stove, which I've got in there, which I use for cooking, to burn. It's a multi-fuel one, so I can burn coal on it and I can burn wood, but I mainly burn wood, but I do mix in coal as well just to get it hot, because obviously coal makes it go hot straight away. So I also have a Calagas propane stove, so I use that as well, especially like if it's summertime and it's really hot weather, then I can't really put the range stove on because I'm like dripping in sweat in there. So what I tend to do is during the really hot times I tend to cook on my 4-burner stove, Calagas stove, and I cook my meals on that. Now technology wise, obviously solar is essential for electricity, so the solar and my wind are the only source of electricity I have. So what I also have is in the cabin, I've got, like on the wall, I've got my control panels that I have that are connected to different systems with the solar, and then in the bottom corner I have all my batteries. Now I've got some lead acid batteries down there, and what happens is obviously during the day while the solar's charging, then as it's generating the electricity, obviously I'm not using all that electric, so whatever's left that I don't use, that goes straight in the batteries, charges the batteries all the way up, and then on the night when the sun goes down, then whatever electricity I'm using in the cabin gets sucked out of them batteries, and 99.9% of the time I can get through till next morning without the power going off. But what I've done is I've showed my solar before where I broke it into 2 separate sections, 2 different banks, and I've got one bank that just runs my fridge and my freezer, and then the other bank runs everything else, like the washing machine if it's a sunny day, and also like the laptop and the internet and all stuff like that. So very, very rare that I'll get till morning and the alarms will go off for the fridge and the freezer where the power's run out in the batteries. Very rare. The only time it'll do that is if it's deep in winter and it's been really bad weather for two or 3 days, then that's when it does it. Now I wanted to show you something. People's asked me, what do I do for internet? Now what I have is this. See if I can show you this. Now when I show you this, this is no endorsement to EE, okay? Now I get no royalties off them or anything like that. I'm just showing because that's what I use. Now the internet and mobile phone, the only company that tends to have a good signal in my area is EE, which is part of BT. So what I have is this, a little portable device from EE, and it does the internet for me. So obviously I plug the power into it, and then inside here, which I'll show you, inside there is where my little SIM card goes in, and then yeah, so I put the SIM in, so when I turn it on, then this signal for the internet comes from the mast at Stranraer, comes through the air, goes into this, and this will give me roughly 50 meg speed of broadband, and then upload speed for about 6 meg as well. So I do really well for this in this area. Most people who live off grid don't get that kind of speed, It's just 4G internet. It is capable of getting 5G, this router, but obviously 5G is not in my area yet. So I wanted to show this because people have been asking me, and the cost for this is, I think it's £18 a month it costs me, and it's unlimited. So I'm never going to go over my allowance, so I can do anything I want type of thing. So, because like uploading these videos to YouTube uses a lot of bandwidth, so my allowance used to get to, because when I first got one of them, I used to have it with just 60 gig on it. Well, after about 2 weeks, the 60 gig had gone, so it was no good at all. So when I came out of contract with that, I just straight away just got a SIM only deal, bob the SIM in, and that. Now I'm going to give you a little tip now, right? When you get something like this and you see it on the, say on EE or any other company, it's important you remember this, right? It'll say that you get one of these and you pay like 10 quid up front, and then you get 60 gig allowance. Now your 60 gig isn't going to last you a long time. They'll tell you it's a good allowance, 60 quid, 60 gig, but if you're watching, say, a video on Netflix or something like that, it's chewed in no time. Now what I would tell you is, they say that they don't recommend you do this because it's not designed for it, but it absolutely is. What it is, I will buy one of these yourself, pay the cash for it, might cost you say 60 quid, right? And I will then ring up the network and ask for a SIM only, unlimited deal, right? Now, by doing that, your SIM only will give you, obviously, but you ask for it as a mobile phone SIM, not as an internet SIM. So what you will do is you will get unlimited calls on it, unlimited texts, and you'll get unlimited internet. Now the price difference between that 60 gig for this and your unlimited, there's not really much difference, but the SIM would be unlimited. So I would literally, this is what I've done, I've literally, when my contracts ran out, I've took that 60 gig out SIM, put in the unlimited, and it just works perfect. So I've got unlimited now, and I've got it for like a quarter of the price of what I would normally get. So that's a little tip. But when you're ringing them to ask for this, don't turn around and say, oh well, I want it for unlimited SIM for this, because they might not sell you that, because they want you to have just data SIMs, and that's what they make the money on. But I can assure you there's no problem with it, and it will work. What I would also tell you, just in case you don't know, if you have a mobile phone and your mobile phone is unlimited internet, then you can go into your phone and there's a setting in it that says hotspot, and you can turn your mobile itself into a router. So you will turn that on and it will give you a code on your screen, and then you put that into your devices and you literally just stream it through your mobile phone if you wanted to do it that way. But for me, it's just easier that I have my own SIM in it, and then that just runs everything. Because I know you've all seen on the channel that I have I have an Amazon show. I don't use the show for video calls or anything like that. I just use Messenger for that on my iPad. But what I've done is, with the show, I've got a lot of Wi-Fi sockets all over the place, with obviously plugs plugged into them. So I just speak to my Alexa, and then I tell her to turn such a light on or turn a plug on, and it turns it on. It's just because it's easiness for me, because the plugs are down at the back of the settee or something like that, you know. So that's about all the information about technology living off grid. I would say it's very essential and very important. Now I'm going to leave you in peace. You stay safe, you stay well, and I'll see you again next time down at the cabin. Dinky doo.